Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Wrenched from my desktop here. Someone commented on my last video that they forgot to subscribe because they thought they were. So, hey, you're probably not subscribed to me. You should check and make sure and press that button. Alright, so first one, I'm going to be doing controls because this one, some of the settings are only for PC, so even do these on mobile Brawlhalla, so we're going to get into these right away. My controls, they look kind of weird at first, but I promise you it's just arrow keys just mapped to different keys because of my keyboard. I use ZXCV, spacebar to jump. Tap jump is off. You should always have tap jump off. For some reason Sandstorm plays with it on. I don't know how he does. I feel like you're able to do things a little bit more specifically when you have tap jump off. You can do nairs without actually jumping and stuff like that. Prioritize neutral over side. I'm gonna have a little thing come up on screen for this showing what it actually does. It's basically where if you're pressing up, or technically neutral, you will get a neutral input over a side input if you're pressing both neutral and side. So up and side. So that means you can do neutral airs while moving to the side instead of getting a side air if you had that option turned off. And I think that's really useful for guitars because you're using a lot of neutral air and a lot of moving around while you're using that neutral air. Most players in the high levels of Brawlhalla have this on anyway, no matter what weapon they're playing, but for guitars specifically, I think it helps a lot. You should also have pickup with quick attack, light attack off. If it's preference that you want to have it on, sure, go ahead, but just know that it makes throw combos much harder. It makes picking up the right weapon much harder. You may pick up weapons on accident. If you're trying to play unarmed, you may accidentally pick up a weapon. And if you're trying to deny a weapon with unarmed, you may also accidentally pick up a weapon. So there's a lot of things that can happen unintentionally if you have this on, which is why I just have it turned off, and it allows you to pick up a weapon if you intentionally want to pick one up. And yeah, it's also the button that you use for throw anyway, so it's just adding a little bit more use to that button and taking away that functionality from the light attack button. So yeah, those are my Brawlhalla button controls. Here are my system settings. I don't play with music. I always play with sound. Sound actually allows you to react to certain things faster because you react faster to audio stimuli than you do to visual stimuli by actually a decent margin. Full screen just because optimal. Some people have said that their game runs smoother on windowed or maximized. I've tried that. I can't entirely vouch for it. It feels like placebo, but if it helps you, I'd say try it. I'd say test it just to make sure because I feel like it's going to be different for everyone, but just mess around with those. But full screen is usually going to be your best bet once you've optimized all your other settings, including Windows 10 full screen settings. So I have full screen on, HUD only. I usually do HUD plus other players. Honestly, it's not the biggest deal ever what you do for player names. That's just preference. Camera mode is default. That's just what tournament uses. That's what tournament at LAN is going to use. That's the basically competitive default camera mode. Stock mode timer, show it 1 minute. I'm probably actually going to always show it. It tilts me a little bit when I see the timer go to like 3 minutes, but that's why I had it on hide, because that's a new thing, relatively new feature. But yeah, I'm gonna turn it back on. Why not? And outdated replays keep, because you can always go back in the versions if you have an outdated build of Brawlhalla and look back at the replays. This one's just preference as well. Those are all the Brawlhalla settings, well, for the most part. So we're done with this section. Let's go into our actual Windows settings now and see what we can optimize there. I'll start off with just NVIDIA settings, I suppose, because, you know, these are pretty basic. If you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you have this. You can right-click your desktop, go to the NVIDIA control panel. This is going to be where all of your graphics card settings are going to be for the most part, and your display settings. So if you have a monitor that is above 60 Hertz, you want to change your hertz, go to change resolution, come down here, scroll down to PC, because these resolutions will just be locked at 60. And so you go to PC, you can actually have your resolution. And also, you see how my monitor says G-Sync compatible. If I go to setup G-Sync, never use G-Sync. I used G-Sync for 3 months and I thought it was helping me, but actually it was causing some of the worst performance issues I've ever experienced in Brawlhalla in my entire life. Which made it really difficult to practice and just enjoy the game while I was on it. So yeah, keep G-Sync off. It's actually not good. You may think it's helping, but I guarantee you it's doing the opposite. So these actually affect Brawl, even though these are 3D settings. So I have global settings. You can do program settings if you want it to just be for specifically Brawlhalla, and select the program to customize. You can just scroll down from here. I have brawlhalla.exe. So image sharpening should be off. Anisotropic filtering should be off. Anti-aliasing should be off. Gamma correction can be on. Anti-aliasing mode should be also off. Anti-aliasing transparency should be off. CUDA GPU should be on. Low latency mode can be ultra or on. I've heard some people say that on is actually better than ultra, but I cannot say for sure. I would just say either on or ultra for those. Max frame rate, you should actually just have it off. Monitor setting, fixed refresh, MFAA off. OpenGL rendering GPU, just put your GPU. Power management mode, prefer maximum performance over power, and then preferred refresh rate, highest available. Shader cache, on or off. Anisotropic sample option, off. Negative LOD bias, allow. Texture filtering quality, I just have high performance. This one's preference depending on your PC, but I just am someone who turns my settings down all the way no matter what the game is, and try to squeeze all the frames out of it that I can. So texture filtering, children optimization on. Threaded optimization actually on. Triple buffering, not sure about that one actually. VSync off, and then this one doesn't matter for Brawlhalla. So let's say off, and there we go. So those are our Brawlhalla settings for that. You can also do this. I'm not sure if this one affects Brawlhalla or not, but you can switch your preview. You can switch your setting to emphasize performance over quality. The lines on the outside of this will look more jagged, but you will get more frames in games. So, you know, if you think it's worth it, then go for it. I think it's worth it, so I use it. Next, we can do optimizations for Brawlhalla. So if you want to go to the actual brawlhalla.exe file, you go to Brawlhalla in Steam, right click it, go to properties, go to local files, and then click browse. And then right here you have the file destination or the location of Brawlhalla's folder basically in Steam. So this is all the Brawlhalla files. Here's brawlhalla.exe. First thing you can do is go to right click, properties, compatibility, and then disable full screen optimizations for this, and I think you're good for that then. Yeah, just disable full screen optimizations in Brawlhalla. Windows 10 full screen optimizations are actually pretty bad, so you don't want to use them. After that, we can talk about, while I'm in here actually, yeah, we can just talk about the blurred backgrounds. In the description of the video, I'm going to have a blurred backgrounds link on Google Drive. This basically, these are all the map files in the game. Here are the backgrounds. You can change them to be blurred. You can actually use this in tournament. This is the one change to the game files that is allowed in tournament. This one's not blurred. But all of these tourney maps are blurred. So it helps you to see your character and your opponent's character and distinguish them from the background a little bit easier, especially on maps like Demon Island, where if your opponent is using black, it's kind of hard to see them because they blend in with the background. So that's going to be in a Google Drive link in the description. If you want to take that, all you have to do is go to your Brawlhalla file like I just showed you, go to map art and replace the backgrounds folder with this one. If you ever want to reset your files and get your normal backgrounds back, just go to local files and verify integrity of game files. Just click there, all your normal backgrounds will be back if you want that. Next thing while we're in here as well, this one is actually really important. This is the new Brawlhalla engine. So you can get the tech test by going into the Brawlhalla Steam betas and then typing in Brawlhalla tech test and check code. All right, yeah, I think it only says invalid because I already have it. But yeah, you type Brawlhalla tech test check code, and then this should show up in your betas. Then what you do is you click on it, and you should get an update for Brawlhalla. Just update it really quickly and open it. You're able to use this in tournament, by the way, so you should be using this all the time. It's basically just new engine testing things for Brawlhalla. It allows you to run Brawlhalla at whatever refresh rate your monitor is, and so it allows for much smoother Brawlhalla experience. If you don't do anything else in this video, I recommend you at least do the tech test. It doesn't always give people less input lag. It's not always a success, but 9 out of 10 times it cuts down on input lag for people, and it's an improvement. So I would definitely recommend the tech test. we have some more Windows settings. So next, you want to search game mode settings. Windows 10 has some dumb game mode settings. Turn this off. Game mode is dumb and bad. Next, something you can do for Brawlhalla is task manager. Actually, let me open Brawlhalla first. I need brawlhalla.exe. Now I have the brawlhalla.exe in my task manager. So then you can go to details. You can set priority and set it to high. So now this I actually feel, and I make sure to do this every single time I play Brawlhalla, just because that's how much better it feels after I do high priority. Another thing is disable or uninstall NVIDIA Shadowplay. I don't have Shadowplay installed. It actually gives you input lag in Brawlhalla. It's nice to have those clips, but it's not nice to have the input lag that comes with it, and so I've got it uninstalled. Or you should just like close the process in task manager when you go to play Brawlhalla. Another thing that you can do is go into applications like Spotify, Google Chrome, Discord. They all have in their settings hardware acceleration that you can turn on and off. So if you go all the way down, compatibility, enable hardware acceleration, I have this off. If you have it on, it will give you more input lag. Same thing with Google Chrome, same thing with Discord. So you want to turn it off for each one. So I'm going to show you how to do it for Discord now. Go to Discord, go to advanced, turn hardware acceleration off. It will not use your GPU anymore. Go to appearance, go advanced, and then all the way down and use hardware acceleration when available. Just turn that off. So make sure you have it off for all of those. I'm sure there's more applications that also use hardware acceleration. Those are just the 3 that I know of that I use on a daily basis. So make sure you turn them off and your Brawlhalla will be much better for it. This next thing I'm going to be talking about is called Intelligent Standby List Cleaner, which is basically a timer resolution changer, which allows your monitor's refresh rate to refresh a little bit quicker. So Windows key in R, type CMD. Once you've downloaded ISLC and put it on your desktop, like in this folder here, that's all you want to do. I'll have a link in the description to a Google Drive with this as well. Or actually, I'll just have the official link to ISLC to make it much easier, that website that I was just showing you. So as you can see, I have it right here in this folder. That's where you want to have it. Once you've got it there, open CMD like I just showed you, type this in. bcdedit /set useplatformtick no. All of these are going to be in the description, by the way. So here's the first one. Enter, and since I've already done this, it's going to show up differently than it would on your screen. So first that one, and then this one, and then this one. And then what you're going to want to do is restart your PC and open up ISLC, and you should have something that looks like this. Of course, run it as an administrator, start minimized. As you can see, my timer resolution is already 0.5 ms. I have enabled custom timer resolution, so that's how I have that. But normally it would end up being like 10 ms maybe when you first start this. You can get it down to 1 without having to set it to this, like a custom one. I wouldn't recommend going for this, but you can do this. This is the fastest way to do it. This is how I had it on the other timer resolution software I was using. But yeah, this is not against tournament rules or anything. This literally just makes your monitor refresh faster. And I don't think that this is a mod or anything. It's more of just software for your PC. It's nothing like, I guess, Special K, which we're gonna talk about in just a second. So definitely makes a decent difference in input lag. You don't have to do this setting, but I think it helps. Actually, we're gonna talk about equipment upgrades. So first off, if you have a 60 Hz monitor, you're at a disadvantage for Brawlhalla, because 60 Hz is the lowest Hertz mainstream monitor you can get, really, in this day and age. Basically, more Hertz means less input lag for you, and the jump from 60 Hz to 144 Hz is such a massive weight taken off of you, it's ridiculous. So if you have the chance to get a 144 Hz monitor, do it. If you have the chance to get 240 Hz or 360 Hz, do it as well. Sandstorm, Boomy, tons of high-level pros use 360 Hz. I happen to use 240 Hz. I used to use 144. That's what used to be the standard. Now 240 Hz is the standard for the highest level of Brawlhalla. But if you don't have any of those and you have a 60 Hz monitor, there is something for you. You're not out of luck. There is something called Custom Resolution Utility, CRU, which allows you to overclock a 60 Hz monitor up to 75 Hz, maybe even 80 Hz. It depends on the monitor. I would recommend being careful with this because this is overclocking, and overclocking anything is dangerous to an extent, but as long as you're doing it reasonably you should be safe. Hey, what's up guys, it's the post-recording Wrenched here. So for custom resolution utility, you pretty much just want to make sure your main monitor is selected right here. Go to detailed resolutions, press add, then go to the refresh rate here, just turn it to 65. Go by 5, so after this one try 70, then try 75. I wouldn't go higher than 75. Some monitors can probably do 80, but if it doesn't end up working for your monitor, if it can't support that much hertz, it should automatically reset within like 15 seconds of you changing the resolution. So if I go to 65 hertz, press the up arrow to move it up, give it the highest priority. So once you've actually made your resolution in CRU, then you go to your Windows display settings after you've restarted your PC. Go to change the resolution of the display, go to your advanced display settings at the bottom, display adapter properties for display 1, and then monitor. And here's your screen refresh rate. So you want to change this from 60 hertz to, I have it at 75 on CRU, so I'll change it to 75. This monitor is 240 hertz, so it goes all the way up just by default, and it has all these. You probably will not have these if you have a 60 hertz monitor. You'll probably just have 60, 75, and some lower ones. So hit apply. But yeah, so now you're on 75 hertz. And your Brawlhalla should feel smoother. It should even feel smoother just moving your cursor around. So yeah, just have fun with that. One more thing, if you have 2 monitors in Brawlhalla, or just in general, if you have 2 monitors and you want to turn one off, it actually gives you input lag to be running 2 monitors at once, because your GPU has to render 2 displays at once. So when I'm playing Brawlhalla competitively or practicing or tournament, I do Windows key plus P in order to bring up project, and then you just select PC screen only. Yeah, select PC screen only, and then your second monitor will be disabled without actually having to go and disconnect it yourself. And then if you want to turn it back on, just go press extend and it will go back. So finally, we're going to talk about Special K. Oh lord, this is the thing that was a huge controversy in Brawlhalla for a while. It makes the game feel so much smoother, but technically it is a mod, technically it is cheats, it's an injection software. If you run Special K while you have any other software, or well, if you run Special K while you have any other game with like cheat detection software on it, like Valorant with Vanguard, Dead by Daylight with their cheat software, or any like Valve game with VAC software, you will get banned. So do not, under any circumstances, run Special K with this service. When it says running down here like this, do not run any game with cheat detection with this on, or you will get banned. So just a disclaimer, make sure you're only using it for Brawlhalla. When you're done using it, turn it off like this. Just click on the service, turn it off, and then close it. You don't have to restart your PC or anything, just do that and you're good. But yeah, make sure it's off. But what you do with Special K, you make a folder in documents, call it My Mods. I have My Mods 1 because I have a second download of Skiff for the updated version. And then you extract your Skiff folder. I'll have the link in the description. You extract your Skiff folder to here, and then you just open Skiff like I did there, and you should get this. Here's a bunch of games. It should just detect the games that you have on your PC already. Go to Brawlhalla, press this to make sure that the service is running, and once it is, hit launch game through this. Make sure you don't launch it through Steam and launch it through this. Even if you do launch Brawlhalla through Steam after the service is running, it will still act as if you launched it through Special K. It's just better to launch it that way. So now you can do Control Shift Backspace, and here is the thing to edit all the Special K stuff. So what you want to go to in here, go into your swap chain management, enable DWM tearing, put that on, make sure, turn it on and off. Make sure this is 1, 3, and 1, just like that. For presentation interval, back buffer count, and maximum device latency, 1, 3, 1. You can click on advanced here, where it says frame rate limit in your frames. Go to advanced, turn on low latency mode, low latency plus boost, and end of frame. That's what this all should be. And I believe these are all of the settings that you want to have changed for Brawlhalla with Special K. But yeah, you can't use this in tournament, by the way. You will get banned if you use this in tournament. Don't use it. It is technically cheating if you use it in tournament. But if you're just trying to play Brawlhalla casually and you'd like the game to run better, Special K is probably the best thing to use. In my opinion, well, in a lot of pros' opinions, it makes the game feel just amazing. It makes it feel so responsive, it's ridiculous. Like, even right now, I wish I could be playing Special K in Tourney or something, dude. Or just practicing on it, but it wouldn't be useful for me to practice on it because I can't use it in Tourney. But yeah, dude, this feels amazing. Just, oh my god. Definitely one of the best things you can do to fix input lag on this list. But make sure you don't run any other games with it on. So I'm gonna Alt F4 Brawlhalla, act like I'm closing Brawlhalla, turn the service off, and close it, and then you're done. And with that, that is the end of the video. There are probably some more things I could have fit in here. Actually, a couple things. Make sure you have Brawlhalla installed on your SSD, solid state drive. If you have a hard drive and an SSD, make sure it's on that SSD. It will open quicker, it will run faster. And also disable the Steam overlay in Brawlhalla. You can do that just quickly by going to properties and right here, just uncheck it. That also adds input lag because you have to render the overlay. Those are all the optimizations I've got for you for Brawlhalla right now. All the links that I talked about and stuff that I used in this video are going to be in the description. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If these helped, share it with a friend. This video can be very helpful for people, I think. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you later.